Head coach Shaka Smart will open with a statement and we'll open up for questions. Coach.
I thought our guys played well. You never know what you're going to get when you're coming off an 8-day layoff. Alabama was coming off a 10-day layoff. And you have to do that scheduling-wise because of exams. But we had a very good week of practice. Guys really honored the process that we laid out that was going to allow us to win this game. And I think that's why we were able to win. Alabama has very good guards, Relaford, Lacey. I thought our guys did a good job on them. You know, they scored a little bit in the second half, but for the game they were well under their average, and that's what allowed us to win.
Was that kind of the killer instinct you were looking for, more of what you were looking for? You know, you talked about it after the Old Dominion game. Was that kind of?
Yeah, I mean, Alabama's a better team than Old Dominion. I think we played a better game than we did against ODU. You know, I think on the defensive end, the first half that we were able to play was impressive. And really, if you take away some of the fouls at the end of the first half, that's as good as we've defended in a while. It's always important that we get our style of play going. And I think for more of the game today, we had our style of play going the way we wanted it to be.
How do you get them to? How do you hammer home that killer instinct? How do you get them to play that way all the time?
Just practice. You know, we've practiced really well over the past week. Our guys have done a nice job, you know, shifting their mindset from studying for exams and taking exams to getting on the practice floor and competing. I thought it was one of our more competitive weeks of practice where the black team went at the gold team and the gold team went at the black team. It's what we do. I mean, our style of play, if we don't play hard and we don't attack each other in practice or attack the opponent in the game, then it's not going to work out very well. But I think our guys are getting better. Now we got to continue to learn to play with discipline.
Coach, Darius came off the bench, but he got a good amount of minutes. Where is he health-wise?
You can see he's still not moving at 100% Darius rate, but he's moving better, and he is able to get down in the stance and defend, you know, another guard. So that's critical. I think, you know, it's hard to put a percentage on it for me because Darius is so stubborn. He won't admit that he's hurting at all or that it's bothering him. He looks to me like about 75% of, you know, the healthy Darius. So, you know, we got 2 more games here before the Christmas break that our guys will have, and you know, we'll continue to bring him back with treatment and utilize him in the games as best we can.
You know, a lot of talk about your full court pressure, but your half court defense is also strong as well, particularly the way Briante and Darius are able to disrupt dribble penetration. Is that sort of key to your half court defense?
Yeah, ball pressure. You're putting pressure on the basketball. We want to deny some passes in the half court, and then, you know, a team like Alabama has really good guards. They're going to play a lot of one-on-one, and you know, we got to be able to defend the basketball one-on-one. We worked on that quite a bit this past week, and our guys did a nice job today. You know, we had some lapses, but you know, you're playing good players. They're going to get off once or twice on you, but I thought that for the most part we guarded the basketball really well one-on-one.
Talk about the contributions you got from DJ 1 and Melvin 2.
Yeah, DJ. I mean, that's the DJ that we know and love. You know, if we can find a way to get him to bring that type of energy and talk and enthusiasm every day, then he will be a very, very good player for us. It started in practice, though, Tim. He had a great week of practice. DJ's always been a guy that, you know, when school gets done, I think Wednesday was his last exam, he's been able to lock in and focus more on basketball only. But the reality is, for the majority of the season, our guys are student athletes. They got to go to school. They got to take exams. They got to do study hall. So he's got to get better and better at learning how to multitask. But for the next month, we have no school, so hopefully we can keep building with DJ. Melvin's a good player. I mean, he's as good a scorer as we have on our team. So it's just a matter of continuing to get him better on defense and then get him ready to attack on offense. Sometimes he's not quite ready because high school kids don't have the same urgency that college kids have. So he's making that transition. He's in the middle of being a high school star player and a good college player, but he'll get there.
You said that you got here with crappy confidence today, with 2 for 16, and it seemed like once he made one of those shots, he was pretty willing to take them.
Yeah. As Mel gains confidence, he will play better and better. He's hard on himself, like a lot of guys, but I'm hoping that his freshman year will take a similar course to Travion Graham last year, in that Trey also started very poorly from the field. I think it was 1 for his first 16 and missed some shots that he normally makes. But he got better in practice, and he worked, and he made progress, and then started to see more and more results in the middle of the year, the end of the year, and then by the conference tournament, he was maybe as good of a scorer as we had.
There was a play late in the game where there was a loose ball, and I want you to look at me and I watch the TV over there, Coach Smart.
I'm listening. I'm looking at you. So hard. I'm a little ADD today.
There was a loose ball, and Alabama was going down on a fast break.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been easy just to let that go, but here comes Briante sprinting down.
Yeah.
The ball out, slams, and gets the support. Is that typical Briante? Is that just...
Yeah, he's Mr. Energy. He's the most energetic guy I've ever coached. And I'm proud of Brey because tonight wasn't a great night offensively for him. He didn't have the numbers that he had against Old Dominion and certain other games, but he just brings so much energy and competitiveness to our team, and he rubs off on other guys. And, whereas as a freshman, everyone was just kind of like, well, that's Brey, and he was just kind of doing his thing when he was in the game. Now I think he's more contagious. His style of play is more contagious, and it really helps our team.
Is Alabama a very different team from the one that you lost to down there last year?
Well, they're just different in that they don't have JaMychal Green and Tony Mitchell. I mean, those are very good players. They've got a couple guys that are out right now, so they don't have as much depth as they would have if Engstrom and Steele were playing. They're a really young team, and they didn't have any seniors out there playing, at least in their main group today. I think that they've got a really bright future in that Relaford is only getting better and better. Lacey is a load to handle, and they've got some guys that are sophomores and juniors that are making progress and getting better.
How much better is your team than it was a year ago?
Well, I mean, I hesitate to compare, us to last year based on one game, but I think relative to last year's game against Alabama, now that was a road game they may have been undefeated at the time, and I don't think we had the same confidence in our team individually or collectively that we have now. So I'd say that's probably the biggest difference is we have a more confident team. We have more guys that feel good about going out there and putting the ball in the basket. And overall, I'd say we're a better offensive team, but we still have a long way to go.
Coach, on that note with confidence, what does a win like this, getting sort of limited performances from Darius and Javonte in particular, what kind of message does that send to the young guys as far as building their confidence?
It just shows we can do it. I mean, we can beat very good teams from power conferences, particularly at home. I mean, we'd love to play more of these type of games at home, but you can see why they're tough to schedule. But, yeah, I mean, Teddy should take a lot of confidence from today. Mel should take a lot of confidence from today. I thought Jared Guest, even though he had foul trouble, played well for us. DJ obviously was terrific. Buzz did what he did. So we're building, and we don't always have to have career nights from our best players, but we need contributions from everybody. And I think for the most part we got that tonight.
What do you think it meant to David Hidden to get in?
Yeah, I was disappointed Hinton didn't finish that dunk because it would have been nice for him. But he's a good player, and he's someone that can help us at different times. He's the only guy remaining on this team that played for the former coaching staff. So, I really wanted him to be a part of this game, regardless of how it went. And fortunately, we were able to get him in there, and he did a nice job.
Any other questions?
Sorry about that, Paul.
That's all.
It's hard.